Hello there guys and welcome back to the channel. So earlier today I did end up taking another champion up to rank 4, and I did it due to two reasons. And first and foremost, let's check who that champion is, and it is Man-Thing. So it's fairly fresh champion. I know he has disappointed many people in MCOC, and unfortunately yes, he is not the greatest champion, the most fantastic damage dealer or the most versatile. I believe he will have his uses in endgame on some specific niche nodes. Other than that, he's mainly probably going to end up being Alliance or Defender. However, there are two reasons why I took him up. First and foremost, I actually find him fun. I think he's a great amount of fun. I definitely enjoy using him with Mystic Dispersion, spamming those special attacks, spamming those heavy attacks, and just watching all the poisons and armor breaks build up. And yeah, I do enjoy using him a lot. And I am definitely considering taking him up to rank 5 in a fairly near future. However, there is a second reason for this rank up as well, and that's a bit more bittersweet, because in 6.3 we have a Mysterio on Acid Wash node. For those of you who do not know what Mysterio does, well, it's quite simple idea that he is in fact poison immune unless his helmet is cracked. So that however means combining him with an acid wash node means that he is virtually impossible to poison and deal with that node effectively. So acid wash basically says that acid wash basically says that you do 10% of your original damage unless opponent is suffering from a poison debuff or a poison passive. Now the trick is, so basically if you have a poison debuff on opponent, you can attack him as normal. Problem here is that Mysterio is absolutely poison immune unless his helmet is cracked. Now his helmet can get cracked in two different ways. One is by armor break debuff, and two is if you knock him down with a Spider-Verse character. Now, unfortunately, none of the Spider-Verse characters can place poison, as far as I'm aware. Might be Mysterio that is a counter to himself, I don't know, but still, so there aren't too many champions that can deal with this guy. And basically, there is a King Groot that can place armor breaks and poisons an opponent, and Man-Thing. And that's who we ranked up. I'm sure there's probably some boost that can help you with this idea as well, but hey. We are just gonna flex out our Man-Thing for that lane, and that was kind of good enough excuse for me to rank him up. And yeah, I'm sure there are some boosts that can be used to bypass this idea, I suppose, because yeah, I'm sure we can figure out more counters to this Mysterio. But hey, we have ranked up Man-Thing largely or partially because of that, and I did like Man-Thing anyways. So we're gonna take him up against this Elektra to check out his damage output at rank 4. So this is rank 4 Sig 20 Man-Thing with no boosts, no suicide masteries. I do have Mystic Dispersion at 5 currently. So the idea is we need to get our first level 1 attack, and we have no retreat global, obviously, that we do have to worry about. So when we bait out the specials from this Elektra, can't be dashing away too much. Additionally, Elektra's special attacks are unblockable. But so level 2 we have baited out successfully. We have chipped away fairly decent amount of damage from her already. And yeah, the large amount of the fight plan here kind of involves just spamming level 1s, spamming heavy attacks, and stacking up those poisons, stacking up those armor breaks, and have this great damage over time debuff amount, kind of like take her over. I wish they were a bit more powerful, but it is what it is, you can't get everything. But so 35 hits in. She's nearly down. Don't know why heavy didn't really kind of register there. and level 2 to finish off. So 43 hits it took us, so it's not the quickest kind of like killing way of your opponents, but at the very least the upside of it is the fact that you don't strike your opponent too much, and that also kind of means that you're not gonna have to bait out too many special attacks, and it's a bit different. At least it's definitely not the fastest time, but the hit count does remain low, largely because of your heavy attacks being one hit and special attacks taking some time. And yeah, so the fight is typically spent in between finding opportunities to drop a level 1 or drop a heavy attack. So we're gonna try and get him to the corner. Now I do have some synergies active as well. One of them give me poison every time I parry opponent. One of them give me fury every time I parry opponent. There is one with She-Hulk that can help me go indestructible in my heavy attacks. And then there is one which works against villain champions with Ghost Rider that keeps my agitation above 50 at all times against villains. As we can see here, we're typically managing about 6-7 stacks of poison on opponent. Occasionally it does go higher. So now if we go till the level past level 2 mark, I'm just gonna go in all the way and gonna go for level 3. See what happens then, because actually I don't even remember myself using the level 3 too much. Typically I always rely on level 1 and then just drop level 3s. Sorry, level 2s, but this time I wanted to see what will happen with our level 2. So not too much, basically just gain 3 pustules, I suppose. So your level 1 still remains your go-to special attack for most part, unless opponent has a lot of buffs. If opponent has a lot of buffs, you're gonna find yourself spamming level 2 a lot. So we kind of got saved there by that She-Hulk's energy a bit. One thing definitely to note is that Man-Thing's heavy attack has quite small reach, unfortunately. If he had higher reach, it would be much more beneficial, because he can go unstoppable with his heavy attack, so he can kind of throw it a bit carelessly at times and know that you're still going to be fine, especially if you have She-Hulk's energy, because then if something does go wrong, you go basically indestructible as well for that period of time. So yeah, wish he had a bit better reach on his heavy attack for sure, but you can't get everything. You need to kind of take what you get, I suppose. And another thing to note is that Man-Thing is definitely one of those champions that is quite reliable, reliant on having higher signature level, because I checked out in Auntmay website, his signature ability actually scales incredibly well, and that basically means the higher signature ability you have, the bigger the fury is going to be after each of your special attacks. Additionally, the more heal you will get if you dip below 50%. So yeah, he's a champion that you want to put a lot of 6-downs in to get most of him out. So that might be a slight problem for myself, just mainly because I just used all my Mystic 6-downs for Dr. Doom for prestige reasons, but hey. So a few slip-ups here and there. Overall we're still doing fine. We have 84% health on us, which isn't too bad considering that Man-Thing's health pool is massive, but block proficiency is quite rubbish. But let's see how long can this Winter Soldier stick around, and how slowly but surely chipped him down to 30% health now. And as you can see, those poison debuffs are putting in some work for sure. I'm gonna go for another level 1 here. Let's pop him up. Drop one more level 1. And I missed the parry. Whoops. Now we're just gonna go for that. Not bad. Back to level 1. Now I have made fair few slip-ups in this fight. Definitely not like the best example of how to fight with Man-Thing, but at least you should have fairly good gauge of what's the strength of the poison, how hard he can hit, so on and so forth. So yeah, we're gonna see how many hits total it took us. I bet it's not gonna be too much. Drop another level 1 before we pop it with a heavy attack. And one more heavy, and that should take it. Those heavies do hit fairly decent when they manage to get 173 hits for rank 4. No suicides, no boost, so it's not the fastest kill for sure, but hey, I definitely do enjoy using that guy, and I'm sure I'm gonna get my catalyst worth back from him. That will pretty much do for today though. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, let me know and hit that like button, hit that sub button, and I'm gonna catch you guys soon. See ya!